Sony just dropped a bunch of information about Destruction All-Stars, which is a launch title for PlayStation 5. They showed this a few months back when they did the big reveal of the console, and it looks really cool, right? The trailer looked really fun. It had this weird kind of Destruction Derby, Twisted Metal, Fortnite, Rocket League vibe to it. It's exactly one of the things Sony needs to diversify their portfolio and become more thought of than just this amazing third-person narrative-based software company in terms of the first-party titles. It looks great. You start in this arena on foot. You have to race to get to your cars. It's got this very Running Man kind of flavor, it sounds like. When you're on foot, you have different powers depending on your character. There's a whole roster. I think there's like 16 different individual human characters. They have unique abilities. They have parkour abilities, so they can dodge cars, roll away from cars, climb up onto the walls, run on the walls. And then the individual vehicles themselves, after a minute of surviving, you get your like special vehicle. The vehicles have special abilities depending on which one is your character's vehicle, which very much, you know, kind of like Twisted Metal. It sounds really potentially fun. I mean, it could be a big clusterfuck. I haven't played it. All I've seen is what you guys have seen. But at a conceptual level and visual level, it seems so far like, hey, I would fucking play this game, you know? The problem is just this weird... Look, I don't know, okay? I'm not some... I don't know, right? Jim Ryan's a smart guy. Herman Hulst's a smart guy. The marketing people at Sony are second to none. They know what the fuck they're doing. So I'm just some guy at this point sitting in front of my computer going, this seems weird. But that said, this seems weird. Not even weird, but wrong. And honestly, just, I don't mean to be dramatic, but kind of as a guy who's worked on multiplayer games that have tanked, that some people have liked but still haven't done that well, it seems kind of tragic. Boom. Look at that. Come on, Sony. What are you doing? What are you doing, Sony? $70? $70 for this game? This game has free-to-play written all over it. I don't understand, okay? I could maybe understand if you launched it for 20, but even that, I mean, you're seeing a shift in the competitive multiplayer landscape. EA put out, what was that fucking Rocket Jump League game that came out that was really interesting. People liked it. Totally fell flat. There was that game recently, the kind of quantum shooter that you could rewind time, or you could play that when you died, your previous lives were still in the arena fighting, that you could use for help. I mean, there's been a lot of interesting multiplayer only or multiplayer centric titles out in the wild that have tanked because they have been released post Fortnite. Fortnite has changed the game for multiplayer only action games. It just simply has. Fall Guys is interesting and unique. It's still only $20. So the game may have been changed by saying, look, your price point can't go above 20. But Fall Guys had a huge, it's a great game obviously, but it had a huge bump at the beginning because it's been free on PlayStation for the first month. But a game like this that is clearly sort of thematically all ages is probably not something that's going to work at a cost game. You need to make this free to play, or you certainly need to launch this digital only at a $20 price point. This will be the first flop for PlayStation 5 is what I predict. Is it savable? Of course, because all they need to do is drop the price to $20. All they need to do is say, you know what, maybe they do. Maybe the team has a free-to-play Switch. This can't be something this team hasn't debated till the cows came home. And maybe they're like, look, we've designed this from the ground up, back end and everything, that we can flip a switch in 4 months. If it's not going our way, this is easy to make free to play because we've built that in from the beginning. And that may not be a bad kind of waterfall approach to sort of making these kind of games. You build it from the ground up as a full price product. You know you're going to drop it to 20, and you know it's going to go free to play 6 months after launch, or whenever the sky is falling because you don't have enough users. That could be awesome. And maybe that's the plan, okay? But at least optics right now, based on just this, and I've seen it in the comments already. This story just dropped about an hour ago. Everyone's like, this looks great, Sony, and it does. Are you fucking high? $70 goddamn dollars. So, I mean, it's already bad enough for a lot of people, the optics of going $70 for a game. It's really bad going $70 for a game when the competition is basically saying the games for first party are free. I get it. We're not going to get into that debate, but there's that. But then you basically take a game like this where players have gotten used to multiplayer games being really inexpensive or fucking outright free, and you're charging a premium price. I think this will be the biggest flop of PlayStation launch day. It doesn't have to be a flop beyond that. I think they will absolutely have to change this sooner than later. It looks great though. I'm excited. I want to play it. I love games like this. I love designing games like this. I don't love the art style, but that's just me. I'm 49 years old. I don't like the Fortnite flavored art style. It's a little too wacky for me. If I had designed this and I would have had the freedom to do what I wanted, this would have been totally M-rated, bloody Mad Max, and it probably would have not done anywhere near as well as Destruction All-Stars is going to do. Looks great. Hope it does well, but Sony, if you don't change that price soon, this is your first flop for PS5. Please fix it. It looks awesome.